everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina. If you're new to my channel, welcome as well. I have some new books, newer, that I've purchased in the last couple of months that I wanted to share as part of my stash. So I will go ahead and go right into the Coloring Heaven Dragons Compendium. I am a lover of coloring dragons, and this paper isn't terrific for water-based application, but I do use these clear sheets as such, and you can use, basically if I use watercolor pencils, I blend them with a blending alcohol marker so that I don't have too much leakage. But yeah, it's a Book of Dragons. That one is cute. So there's that. And then I grew up with Holly Hobby, so this is more nostalgic that I got this one. And that's by Coloring Heaven. So if you like Holly Hobby, here's some of the artwork in here. And I'm just gonna do some quick flip throughs here. This one's really cute. The patchwork dress on the horse, that's really sweet. So if you like Holly Hobby, this is a good book to get. I have Fairytopia, and I know quite a few of these have been reviewed and flipped through, so I won't spend too much time. Although actually I think I did do one of these, this page, and I used an alcohol blender with prismas on this. And I love all of these illustrations. So that's Fairytopia. And then Cute Baby Animals by Coloring Heaven Jr. This one's really cute. Super cute images. Cute Baby Animals. Creative Haven's Butterfly book. If you like butterflies, there's an elephant with butterflies. You will like this one. Again, the paper is a little on the thin side, but as long as you have these sheets, protector sheets in between, you'll be fine. I wouldn't use full watercolor on these because it will disintegrate the paper, as I have found out in other books. But you can certainly use ink tints with an alcohol blender marker and get the same effect. So that's the butterflies. Here's Creative Haven Fanciful Sea Life. As you imagine, it is a bunch of sea images. There's a seahorse. There's some penguins. So that one is cute. I got two by Annie Steg Gerard, and the Moonlit Veil has a lot of dark backgrounds, so if you're not a fan of doing backgrounds, this would be a good book. They are detailed images. Lots of detail in them, which I like. I know not everyone does, but you could do a lot of gel pen on these pages. coarse colored pencils. That one's precious. So that's Moonlit Vale. And then the Wildwood Soiree. Here we have a bunch of animals. No black, no heavy black background. Thicker paper, so you can get away with some other mediums. And then there's finished pages in the back, which are nice as reference. Super cute. The next stack here is a Color It Colorful Dragons. As you can imagine, they are dragons. A lot of dragon pages. Let me turn this one around. There we go. So yeah, dragons, as you can imagine, but it's great paper. I find that the Color It books are great for using mixed media. Here is a coloring book for adults, Home Sweet Home. This has thinner coloring paper, but the images are super cute. I like this one. This is sweet. I look forward to coloring that one. And then Unicorns and Dragons by Selena Finnick. And as you imagine, there are unicorns and dragons. Thinner paper. So you have to be careful on those, but using protector sheets will help. I have 2 of the vintage classic coloring pages by Tatiana Stilova. Number 2 is these images. That's interesting. An elephant and a butterfly combo. Pretty bird. So yeah, that's number 2, and number 3 are these. Lots of interesting illustrations. Thinner paper. This is Steampunk Animal Coloring Book for adults and kids. And this has more simple illustrations and thinner paper. It doesn't bother me too much to have the thinner paper. I just, like I've said before, I won't go in with full watercolor on them, but you can still use some Inktense or watercolor pencils. And then I usually use a colored pencil on top. So that's Steampunk. This next one is Cities, Houses, and Castles. And as you imagine, that's what you see. Some of them are loose sketches. And here we go. That one's cute. Some have bolder black ink. That's kind of Zentangly. So yeah, oh, I did do the title page. Alcohol markers. And then this Zentangle Landscapes coloring book for adults. That one looks super fun to do. Here with the cobblestone drive and all the houses, cityscape. This one's cute. The water surrounding the city. That's a cute one. Actually, I think it goes, does it go this way or that way? Mountains. So that's Zentangle Landscapes. The next is an Etsy book, Slavic Beauties by Kristina Nowak. There are line art and grayscale pages in here. Beautiful portraits. And it's thicker paper. So that is Slavic Beauties. The next one is The Magical Garden Party by Mel King. These are cute images. Got some animals and botanicals, birds. Oh, I did do one out of here. I'd forgotten. This was alcohol markers, as you can tell. And it did bleed onto here because I did not use a sheet and should have, but I can cover that up. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, beautiful images. The next is Hokusai, and this is an artist's coloring book by Pepin. It's 16 designs printed on high quality drawing paper for pencil, marker, ink, crayon, watercolor. And these are, I think, all landscape. And I'll bring you in because it's very light. Here's some fish. Some mountainscapes. And the paper is really thick. A volcano. An ocean scene. So that's Hokusai. The Mermaids in Paradise and Fairies in Dreamland, both by Denise Collette. I got this one after getting Mermaids. As you can imagine, there are lots of fairies. Oh, look at the cute pig. Isn't he cute? And there she's in flowers. That's a nice page. Busy. That one's cute. So yeah, that's Fairies in Dreamland. I wound up with the Trolls book by DreamWorks. I do have two grandchildren that love the Trolls. And the paper is thicker, even though the images are on both pages. I think you can get away with some mixed media in there. Rock and Troll. A lot of fun pages. So yeah, if you like the Trolls, have kids or grandchildren, that would be good. I got Mythic World by Kirby. And I know there's lots of flip-throughs and reviews on this book. Lots of detailed images. I've seen this one done quite a bit. I'll have to put my spin on it at some point. Snakes. I'm not fond of the snakes, but it won't stop me from coloring. This one as well. It's been a popular page to color. So yeah, most of you are familiar with Kirby. Millie Murata's Secrets of the Sea. And as you can imagine, sea creatures, sea snake, jellyfish. Lots of line art in here. And I have one that I started, which is a whip now that I need to finish. I have the Romantic Country, the Second Tale by Erie. And I think this has been reviewed quite a bit too, but I love the brown line art. It's not as stark as the black. Lots of fun images. I think there's something in here for everyone. And then you don't have a collection unless you have a full collection anyway, unless you have Joanna Basford. Magical Jungle. And this one also has lots of botanicals, insects. That's a busy page. Toucan. Butterflies. There's that. And then I also got this Joy of Botanical Drawing by Wendy Hollander. This is a really good book for reference. Start at the beginning, how about? And it goes into color theory, materials. I think also it will show you what pencils, what paintbrushes to use, what are watercolor brushes. How to shadow fruit and images. Here is a petal folded over, flower petal. There's some lemons. And it helps for drawing, but it also helps for coloring. Proper way to do a rose. So yeah, this is a great reference book. It has an index. So you can go to magnolias and it tells you the pages, palms, etc. The Joy of Botanical Drawing. If you want links to any of these books, please leave that in the comments and I'll be happy to link them for you. Here's Teacup Kittens by Kaomi. And here is also some examples of the illustrations using some soft pastels, coloring pencils, and then in the back you have the images, and some of them actually have the color scheme to do, and it gives you a little image right here to follow so you don't have to flip back and forth. So I thought that was cute. I believe that was an Amazon purchase. Joanna Basford's How to Draw Inky Wonderlands. It is more for drawing, but I think also it would be fun to color these, for instance. It teaches you how to draw some of the flowers, and you can add some and then color. So that's a fun reference book. Also, if you're ever stuck on a page, want to color it but don't know what color scheme to go with, this Color Harmony book by Leatrice Eisman also gives the Pantone, it's the Pantone edition, and it gives you suggestions on what colors go with one another, your contrasting colors, color and mood. It's just a great reference book to have. And this book, pretty sure I got off of Etsy. I'll check, double check. And although it's not in English, you can still follow along on how to color lips and noses, eyes, flowers. And then at the end, it gives you the images to color. Lots of grayscale on that one. So yeah, that's this one. And I think that's it for books. As far as supplies go, I wanted to show you the binding covers that I use in between my pages. This is from Amazon, and these sheets are great to use in between your pages when you're using mixed media, anything water or alcohol. You can put it behind your page to save the page behind it. And I use quite a few of these and leave them in the book if I'm doing a whip. And then I just have a couple of things that I was playing around with, some chalk pastels, and I was thinking of finding Nemo. Again, I have grandchildren, so if you remember the girl with braces, I was doing my own Zentangle doodling and came up with this design. So I enjoy doing that. And I've also started an oil painting. I have plastic over it to save the oil so I don't have finger smudges on it. But I've drawn an elephant, and I've got the background so far that I need to complete the rest. Played around with some watercolor, very abstract. This one. And this is just loose watercolor, just to kind of free up the tenseness. I know for me, when I'm coloring things and I want it to be perfect, I do things like this on the side just to prove it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be abstract. It doesn't have to have a certain form. Just draw circles and then used charcoal over it. And then I tested out some watercolor effects on this. Used salt, sea salt, and some alcohol, made some bubbles, and then I also made my own stamp, and I'll show you that real quick. That's the stamp, and you just use the tools to carve it. And Here's a ray, hibiscus, and some coral. So when I'm not doing coloring books, I do these kinds of things. Another watercolor image, abstract, and this one. This is alcohol inks, and I just used a credit card to smear different inks. It's good background pages, then I will go back and draw something on them. I found this on Amazon. It's a weekly planner, and I was going to use it for my YouTube channel to be able to write some ideas down. There's top goals, to do, notes, and habit tracker. So that's something new that I got recently as well. And I think that covers it, except for this is a book with mixed media paper in it. And I do some images. I'll have to come out a little bit. There we go. This is collage and acrylic and pencil. Here's a little fairy house and a tree, and that hibiscus stamp I used in there. Use that. This is made with paper towels that I use to wipe up unicorn spit. It's a gel glaze for wood, glass, paper, you name it. But they were dipped accidentally while I was using them to clean up, and so I wound up just Mod Podging them to the page. And then I made my own mixed media paste, and I'm not finished. I think I'm going to gold leaf that, as well as this one I have not finished, and this one I started. I'll probably do a portrait here. That's my intention anyway. So that's that book. So those are the things that I do when I'm not doing coloring pages.
Thank you for watching any and all of my videos. I hope you found something interesting in this one. Please leave any comments, like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day and happy coloring. Bye-bye.